Hey, Riley with Chronicles of Liberty. I'm hearing a lot of about this sheriff's race where some of the candidates are putting signs out prematurely, according to the county ordinances, allowing 60 days ahead of the election. And I just want to have a little civics lesson just for a second and kind of go through a couple things regarding the Constitution. Now, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. And the Constitution has a First and a Second Amendment, and that we all know very well, right? And in Amendment number 1, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the free speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for redress of grievances, right? So this comes back, this issue of yard signs for county candidates or state candidates or federal candidates, whatever it is. In Franklin County, Idaho, the ordinance says you can't put signs up 60 days before the election, right? Even on private land, which is a complete violation of your First Amendment rights. We have the right of the pursuit of life, liberty, and what initially began as property, or the pursuit of happiness. So here we have a county that has come out with an ordinance, and ordinances are basically laws at the city and the county level, right? So we have statutes and regulations that make up the laws federally. And what's fascinating about this is there are over an estimated 300,000 regulations from Congress, right? Nobody really knows how many. Nobody can find out. In fact, you can't, and I can't, as citizens of the country, find one single depository of all of the laws that have been passed by Congress. Nobody knows. Universities have tried to study it. There are over 5,000 statutes, an estimated 5,000, I think, 5,106, something like that. I don't know. But they're estimated. Nobody knows. There are over 1,500 sections of the penal code that make up all of these regulations and statutes. So what do we find here, right? We got 300,000. And what we find is that the individuals that are to enforce the laws basically get to pick and choose which ones they're going to enforce. And so this is the problem, right? And this is where it all boils down to, is right now your Democrats are unwilling to enforce illegal immigration laws. They're unwilling to enforce the voter laws for illegal immigrants. So you have all of this happening, yet the Democrats want to turn a blind eye to it. They're telling the Department of Justice not to enforce it. And so the same thing trickles down to a county level and even a city level, right? But the brass tacks comes when they violate this, when they come in conflict with the free speech amendment, or the right of your Second Amendment, or your Third Amendment, or your Fourth Amendment. And so it behooves every county and city to have somebody that's actually looked at this thing to know whether or not their laws are an infringement upon the supreme law. The Supremacy Clause supersedes all these other things. And in the case of county signs, people, it has happened already at the Supreme Court, and they have been found to be in violation of the Supreme Court. It's a violation of your free speech. Now, if I were a rich man and I wanted to go fight this, I'd put a sign up and say, come get me. And we'll go all the way to the district court, we'll go to the appellate courts, we'll go to the Supreme Court if we need to, and I'm gonna win. And Franklin County, you guys would lose this one if you really wanted to enforce it. And I heard the county commissioners wanted to come down really hard. But the irony is, they only want to come down hard on Jason Bunderson. Nobody's saying anything to the residents of the county about Trump signs. Nobody's saying anything to the residents that have Stoker signs. And there are Stoker signs up all over the county, people. And so I heard somebody say the other day, oh, Jason Bunderson's breaking the law because he's got signs up. Well, that's all in the eyes of who's going to enforce it. Because right now, nobody's enforcing it against Kyler Stoker. Nobody's enforcing it against Donald Trump. And quite frankly, I think it's stupid. I think that whoever wants to put up something on their own yard, they have the right to put up anything they want on their own property. So I don't care if Stoker has a sign up. I don't care if Bunderson has a sign up. I care that the county thinks that their ordinance supersedes the Constitution, and then they wanted to get saucy. Now, the whole saga of this, Jason Bunderson went into the county clerk's office and said, hey, can I put signs up on private property? And the deputy clerk said, yes, you can. And so he did. And then they get a nastygram from the county clerk saying, no, you can't. It's a violation of our county ordinance. And so here Jason was just doing what the county clerk said let them do anyway. And then the nastygram came out. So people, I want you to really understand something. The Democrats are involved in a lot of shenanigans right now. And let's be real here. Our county officials are up to some shenanigans as well. And that, I don't know how many, who all they are, but there's shenanigans even at our county level. This crap has got to stop. There should be no county ordinance that violates my First Amendment. There, absolutely not. If you want to put a sign up or a Trump flag up, or you want a Buck Fiden flag up on your yard, go for it. Do it. I mean, that's our First Amendment right. It's our right of free speech. That's what it's all about. And this is the Constitution that our forefathers fought for. And now we have 300,000 plus out there trying to tell us no. And we have all these county and city ordinances that say no. And I, for one, I'm going to go by the supreme law of the land. And if anybody wants to argue with me, I'd love to have that conversation. But I think it's the people's right to put up whatever political sign, whatever time of the year, and to hell with your ordinances, because I think they're stupid and you should be sued. And someday they probably will be. And that's all I have to say about this matter.